Hey, Shut Up Shake here, back with another Get Flanked replay. Today I'm playing with Letif, and we're on Live Oaks. Letif's in his WTE 100. He's trying to get 3 marks on it. And I'm in my 140. And if you can see, we're on Live Oaks, and in that case, the lights and mediums tend to play in the south here. But they have way more lights and mediums than we do. Which means pushing there from the north spawn is a bad idea. We're going to get isolated and killed eventually. So instead of doing that, I am going to push to the small town here. I'm going to help light tanks in this area for our TDs, including Letif, to shoot at. You can see our 907 is sort of coming to the same realization that we did initially, that going south is a bad idea. This spot is good for lighting if you don't get lit yourself, but I did get lit there, and I will pay for it here. I take a bit of damage and I have to burn my repair kit, which is unfortunate, but I do get some good lights and my team starts dealing damage to those tanks that I did light. So I'm going to reposition. You can see the 907 is bailing out of the south smartly. And we're deploying fairly well. We have a lot of heavies in this city, which is good. Our TDs are well positioned to deal damage at these tanks crossing. And I'm in a good spot to give lights to my team, though I'm doing some sort of bad pokes, which is unfortunate. But we're dealing damage, which is great. And so because of that, essentially only 2 of their tanks made it to the city. I think a lot of them got spotted and maybe peeled off. And you can see they sent a lot of tanks to the south, so our tanks down there are going to get surrounded and killed eventually. Letif's repositioning right now, so I'm just chilling here, maybe poking out a little bit to try to relight stuff, but I'm not going to be super aggressive while Letif relocates. Just being patient here. I need to wait for the city fight to develop more before I can make a move. I end up holding my shot here because Letif says he has a shot on him, and he gets a good shot in. But I try to get the kill, but it's a no-go. With the E-75 dead, I'm now free to push to this ridge right here. That'll keep me safe from the tanks to the south, but also allow me to light them for our tanks to shoot. Though this T-44 is going to be an issue, so I initially just stopped to shoot him. It shouldn't be very hard for me to clear him out. You can see their tanks in the south are getting a surround on those tanks, and they're going to end up dying. We almost finished the city fight, and this 907 and I are in a position to light for our team. And now I can play this corner here and start just cleaning up tanks. And we've lost the south at this point, so these tanks are presumably pushing up the 0 line. And you can see our team sort of naively is blaming us for not going south and dying with them. It'll turn out that 907 and I are pretty key to us winning this match, and both of us didn't go die in the south. I take an unfortunate hit here, breaks my gun, but we do need to clear out this WTE 100 if we're going to turn around and defend our cap. So I'm going to go in here and shoot from the hull down. I switched to HE, because it's a WD E100, and I should be able to pen his gun shield really easily, but I proceed to not pen his gun shield because I'm shake, and that's what happens to me. But he's pretty much dead. Then I think someone, yeah, T10 cleans him out, and I'm going to start heading back towards our cap. Get a really lucky hit in here with my broken gun. But I'm going to head back towards our TDs because I need to provide vision for them. Right now I'm not exactly sure where I should be positioning myself, so I end up sort of... At this point it may seem like I've just like pulled behind this building and do nothing, but I'm actually talking to Ledev, trying to figure out where the best place for me is going to be. And we figure out that I need to go to this sort of defilade area right here, and that'll let me spot the cap from a hull down position. You can see it's actually a really strong position. The only problem is this bat chat, but I have this building right here that I can kind of keep between me and the bat chat, and me and this 263 clear out their TVP really quickly, and then I can turn my attention to the bat chat, who plays this position really poorly. He just pulls right up over, and he gets some good shots into the side of the 263, but I have free shots at him, though my broken gun does cause me to miss. You can see their lorry is fleeing down the 0 line, which means his bat chat is now isolated. And he's also probably reloading, so I'm free. Me and this 907 are free to just push right into the bat chat. He can't defend himself. And the fact that the lorry is fleeing south and we haven't seen any more of their tanks means their tanks are probably heading back towards their cap because of the T10. So I'm thinking, alright, I'll push down the 0 line and get in behind them. And the 907 is probably going to come with me, but talking to Ledev, we decide, you know what, we probably need to stick together because I don't want to get isolated down here and die in a position where Ledev can't help me. So I hang a right here, and we're going to head back towards the E-line ridge. And since we're up a tank, my initial impression is that they're going to dig themselves in this area and defend their cap. So me getting here and into a bush where I can spot for our TDs is going to be important. And again, the 907 is going to come with me. He was my battle bro for most of the fight. So I'm thinking I'm going to pop this ridge, just poke it, and start spotting stuff towards the cap, but I ended up proxy spotting the scent, which is kind of awkward. I can't really fight him from the ridge, and I didn't really expect him to be there. And then we spot the patent as well. So they've sort of overcommitted to their defense, so Ledev's going to push in and use his HP to start to take some hits, and then we can knock this guy down really quick. Ledev gets a good track shot in, and we were able to essentially melt the Centurion. Our 263 is really aggressive here, so we've committed, so I decide to just go in. I take a sort of sketchy shot there, which doesn't pen. But, I mean, this is pretty much the game at this point. Again, compositions and the map dictated me to go somewhere where maybe I would assume to go, and it ends up winning the game for us. The 907 and I helped carry the game in the city and clear out the cap and clear out the defenders for the win. And here's a quick look at the end plate. This was a mastery badge for me, as well as a high caliber and a top gun. And as you can see, there's a lot of tanks in this list. In one way or another, I affected the outcome of 14 of the 15 enemy tanks. So it was just one of those games where I kept myself relevant at every moment. I ended up doing over 5k damage with the 6 kills, mostly cleanup, but I also did 7 spots. A lot of those were those early spots of the heavies, and 3,700 in spotting damage, which really put me over the top for this one. So it's just one of those games where you look at the team comps, you look at the map, um, and you position yourself where you can have the highest impact on the match. So in this case, it was pushing into the small city and spotting for my TDs to do lots and lots of damage. And that's about it. Thanks for watching.